I think I played pretty well. I definitely putted better than I have been. Um, no, I think the golf course got tricky in the afternoon. It was difficult to hold some fairways. And the first cut is incredibly penal. Um, so I had a couple times I struggled with that. But overall, I think I grinded well. And mostly, did a lot of things right today.
What maybe was the difference today in your putting from the previous, weeks or so?
We just spent a lot of time on it the last few days. Kind of changed the routine a little bit. And, just went back to some things that we know are solid mechanically. And, it felt a lot better out there. I was much more comfortable.
Coming into today, I know only having a couple of days of to get to know this golf course.
Yeah.
Did you have a good game plan how you were going to attack this place?
Mostly, yeah. There are some ones that change with the wind. But yeah, I think for the most part, it gives you some pretty clear places where you want to be and where you don't. And it's just adjusting to try to get it in those places.
Where do you feel like your game is right now as we're here in the last 2 weeks of this season?
I feel like I've been playing consistently the last while. Really with the exception of Scottish Open, I played some bad golf there. But even the couple cuts I missed or low finishes that I had, I didn't play poorly. It was just a matter of not putting it together. So I think over the last few months I've played really consistently. And I feel like right now, if I can continue to kind of putt the way I did today, the rest of my game's in a good enough spot to have a chance sometime later this week.
What is the most important thing that you feel that you've learned this season?
I think it's just kind of learning to get comfortable, understanding that you don't have to change anything. The things that got you out here will work. Obviously, I can still improve at a lot of things, but I don't have to reinvent what I do or how I play. I think it's just been kind of getting comfortable with that idea and figuring out how I can get better at some little things and largely play the game how I want to and kind of use my strengths to compete.
Is that hard sometimes? Because we see a lot of guys who will change some things when they get out on the PGA Tour. Is it hard when you get out onto this stage to not think about change and just stick with, as you said, what got you here?
Yeah, I think in some ways. And that doesn't mean I'm not afraid to change things. But I don't think, I don't know, I just feel like most of what I do is, not, I hate to say normal, but it's just golf and, the way that you've played your whole life doesn't necessarily need to change. It's still golf. Obviously, there's some of the best players in the world every week to try to beat. But, yeah, I think most guys will tinker, but I think largely, especially the successful ones, guys understand that what they use to get here is plenty good enough.
One last one for me. What was the most significant moment or shot out there in that round today that helped you today shoot the score?
I made a par putt on 12, probably 15 or 16 feet, maybe longer. I had just made a mess of the hole. I was way over the green by the grandstands where you can't even get it on the green, and I managed to keep it on the top tier somehow, and then made the putt, which if I'd gone back to even there, I think it gets frustrating because I'd played really nicely to that point and kind of made a mess of that hole, but I think that kind of kept me in it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.